This is all the Real Madrid news that came out today. And I'm starting out with this. Happy birthday, Bobby. Jude posted this on IG. Happy birthday, my Bobby. I love you so much. And Ardita Guler posted this. But anyways, these are the next 4 captains of Real Madrid. Carvajal, Fede, Vinny, and Thibaut Courtois. Remember that being captain at Real Madrid is based on how long you've been here. That's why it's this order. But anyways, Mbappe with Hakimi at Bad Bunny's concert. Now know that Real Madrid has spent 178 million euros this summer so far. The most in a single summer since 2019. From 2021 to 24-25, Real Madrid spent only 303.5 million euros, ranking 39th amongst all clubs. The club has sales of 301.35 million euros in the same time period. And from 2021 to 24-25, 17 English clubs spent more than Real Madrid's 303.5 million euros. Atleti spent 451.7 million euros, and Barca spent 431.5 million euros despite their poor financial situation. And the last time Real Madrid spent more than 100 million euros in a single transfer window was 23-24, which was largely down to the fee for Jude Bellingham. Now, if you're enjoying the video so far, just like the video so I know. And also follow if you want to stay updated with Real Madrid news. Now, know that in March, USA will have their own TikTok, meaning if you don't live in the US, you won't be able to watch my videos. So make sure you're subscribed. I will be going live on YouTube, and also follow my IG. Now, we received news today as well, and this came from Fabrizio Romano. Rodrigo to Barca news are totally fake. Barca never approached the player. They know it's impossible to negotiate with both Rodrigo and Real Madrid. And Jacobo Ramon to Como. Here we go. 2.5 million euros plus add-ons. Real Madrid keep 50% sell-on and 3 buyback options, just like the Nico Paz deal. And also Fabrizio Romano said this. My percentage for Konate to join Real Madrid this summer is 15%. Liverpool want to keep the player and try to extend his contract. Real Madrid's interest is genuine. Real Madrid's interest is genuine for next summer. Now, the Marcio said that we have a buyback clause of 8 million euros for Jacobo Ramon in the next 3 years. Now, no, there's been other news. Liverpool are thinking about Rodrigo to replace Luis Diaz. Real Madrid and Gonzalo Garcia are in talks for a new contract. And while speaking about new contract, Real Madrid are not thinking about renewing David Alba's contract. And also regarding Rudiger's contract extension, Real Madrid are waiting to see how he recovers from his injury. And Vinny and Real Madrid will open talks for renewal after the player returns from his vacation. Now, this was also said that Real Madrid will be able to spend big on a midfielder even after their deals this summer. However, the problem is finding a starting quality midfielder who is available. Nico Varela, Enzo Fernandez, and Mac Allister all have long-term contracts. Now, apart from those 3, Real Madrid's goal now is to sign a player to replace Toni Kroos. The player they are looking at is Rodri. Rodri is a very feasible signing. His contract ends in 2027, and City would be obliged to sell if he does not renew. However, everything depends on his performance after his ACL injury. And Melchor Ruiz confirmed this too. Now also Marca said this. Mbappe and Arda Güler are the favorites for the number 10 shirt. No decision made yet. And La Ser said Real Madrid are not planning to sign a controlling midfielder this summer. The only player they like in that position is Rodri, and they believe it would be impossible this summer. If he becomes available at any point, they will go for him. Now also, FIFA have begun work on the next Club World Cup in 2029. The most likely host is Qatar, and Real Madrid and several other clubs want the Club World Cup to be held every 2 years, instead of 4. However, FIFA see this as impossible for now. And also, this news came out. Abdella underwent medical exams with 2 more doctors at Amsterdam UMC Medical Center, and both doctors consider him perfectly healthy and fit. The player is now in talks with multiple top European clubs, while Real Madrid reviewing the medical exams from the UMC Center. Real Madrid had previously considered that his medical tests were failed. And also, famous Spanish hacker Chema Alonso. He will lead AI operations at the Technical Committee of Referees. And Lamine Yamal's greatest lineup in football history has 6 former Real Madrid players in it. R9, Cristiano, Zidane, Marcelo, Sergio Ramos, and Iker Casillas. Also, we have Castilla news. David Ruiz leaves and he joins Aldense. Roy Torres, a 19-year-old right back, joins Intercity. Ruben joins Villarreal. And Edgar says farewell to Real Madrid. He's expected to join Racing Ferrol according to Angel Garcia. And also, Real Madrid have signed Nacho Villanueva. He was born in 2013, an extremely talented attacking midfielder from Deportivo. At Depor, he's always played with and against players who are a year older than him. He's expected to play for Infantil B, the U13 next season. And in case you wanted to know, the first preseason friendly for Arbeloas Castilla will take place on Saturday at 10:30 a.m. CST against Marbella, which is a game away. The match will be shown on Real Madrid TV. Now, these are Castilla's preseason fixtures: Marbella, Racing de Ferrol, Andorra, Valencia Mestalla, Ibiza, y Alcorcón. Now, anyways, you have Gary Neville, Ian Wright, and Jamie Carragher talking about Trent and other players. They asked which current player will be a great pundit in the future. Gary Neville said Trent and Rice, guys who speak with authority and confidence. Ian Wright said Trent and Connor Cody. Jamie Carragher said, yeah, I should have mentioned Trent too. He was on Sky with us and he was very good. And David De Gea said this about his failed transfer to Real Madrid. He said, at the end of my career, career, I will talk about what happened. In the end, it didn't happen, and I think some things happen for a reason. I stayed in Manchester and I was happy. And Mbappe said this about Luquitas Vazquez. Luquitas Vazquez is a unique player and a special person. Since the first day I arrived, he's always been great to me. He made a lasting impact in the club's history. And Toni Kroos said this: I was wearing a Real Madrid shirt. I didn't know then how much it would help me. I wasn't a Real Madrid fan, but that photo came out on social media. Of course, all the Real Madrid fans were saying, Toni Kroos is a Real Madrid fan. He's had a Real Madrid shirt since he was 7. It wasn't true, but the photo helped me. And lastly, a Turkish journalist on IG said this with Xavi Alonso. I told him play Arda. He said I already do. Now with that being said, let me know what you guys think about the news.